Hi guys, welcome to Options Millionaire Intensive. Really congratulations for joining us at the next level. This is Rachel here, and the first thing that you need to do once you have gotten started on Options Millionaire Intensive or options investing is you need to set up a brokerage account. So at OMI, we actually recommend TD Ameritrade, and today we're going to take you through on how to set it up and also fund your account as well. Okay. So these are the things that we are going to go through today. There is 6 steps that we have to go through. Now, bear in mind that, it sounds a little bit intensive for a start, but this is something that you just need to do for once on your setup, and that is all. So bear with me and we will take you through step by step. All right. So step 1 is actually the registration for your account. So let's go into our Google Chrome, and that's where you can type in tdameritrade.com. So now there's 2 versions of tdameritrade.com. There is the .com.sg. For our students in Southeast Asia, you can use this. And as for our Singaporean students, you can use that as well. For our Malaysian students, if you want to use TD Ameritrade, you do have to go through a VPN. And if you're unable to do that, don't worry. There's another brokerage that we recommend, especially for our Malaysian students. So do check it out as well. And let's say if you're a US citizen, you can just go to tdameritrade.com. All right, so today, after you go through the tdameritrade.com.sg, what you need to do is to open a new account. So let's do that. All right, so this is just a notification that they are having a bit of longer wait time, but don't worry about that. So like I said, there is 5 steps that we need to go through today. So the first step is to choose the type of account that you need to open. So it's individual. If let's say you're sharing your account with your spouse, your partners, your siblings, your parents, then you do have to choose the joint tenant. And if you're investing on behalf of your corporate, then you need a corporate account. Okay, so for most of us, we will be going for the individual account. And for the account type, there's 3 types: the cash, standard margin, and advanced margin. For the purpose of OMI and for options investing, you only need to choose standard margin. Okay, don't worry about advanced margin. You don't need that. And you don't need to apply for the futures trading as well. So you can ignore that. And do you have TD Ameritrade's username and password? The answer is no. And then they will take you through to this to verify whether you're human or not. So just type in the number. And then for here, right, you need to create a username, and then bear in mind that you need to fulfill their criteria because they do need you to have a unique account. And then you start with your password, confirm your password. And for here, you can give your given name, and then your family name, which is your surname, and then the email address that you want to use, and you can confirm the email address you want. Okay, so for Singaporeans, you can put in your phone number. For Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, so you can just go on and on. And then the secondary phone number is not compulsory. And for the country of residence, I'll be putting in Singapore. All right, so under how did you hear about TD Ameritrade, you can just put others and just input Next Level, which is our company. And then you can press submit. Yep. Once you have done so, right, they will bring you to this page to log in using the user ID and the password that you've just created. So you just go ahead and click in and then just press login. If you want, you can remember the user ID so that you don't forget. So choose a place that we can securely record down your user ID and password, because if you lose it, it's actually quite troublesome as well. So please do that. All right, so once we have done so, we can go into the second step over here. So it'll take a little bit of time to load, right? So we are actually at our second step, which is the user profile. So if you can go in, right, then the second step would be to put down your resident address, your country, your postal code, and then your mailing address. Just click same as the resident address. And if you have dual citizenship, then you choose it. But if you don't, then you can leave it open. So because we are in Singapore, so we do have our IC, then we just click yes. And then just enter your IC number, your first name, your middle name is optional, your last name. And the question whether you have a United States Social Security number. If you're not a US citizen, then you can press no. And do you have a United States visa? If you don't have, then you press no. And does your IC serve as your Singapore tax ID? In our case, it's yes. And do you have another country of tax residence? For us would be no. And then the details would be your country of birth, your city of birth, date of birth, marital status, single, married, blah, blah. And then the number of dependents. If let's say you have kids, then you choose the number of kids you have. Okay, so the important thing here is your security question. This is when it happens, like just now I mentioned, if you lose your account, then you need to go through your security question, right? So usually we just put what is your favorite color, for example. Then I just put black, and then you can submit. Okay, so you can pause the video now and take some time to do that, and then come back for step 3. All right, please do so and come back later. All right, so once you've done the first part of the step 2, then we will come into the employment information. Then over here, you can choose employed, your homemaker, retired, your self-employed, student, or unemployed. So just choose that, and then we can go to the next step. So for the purpose of this, I will just put self-employed. And let's say if you are self-employed, then you have to choose your occupation, your industry, your title, blah, blah, blah. But most of us would actually be employed. Then, just choose your occupation, just choose the one that is closest to it. It's okay. And then industry, and then employment title, your functions, your employment name, address, blah, blah. And importantly, is your role investment related? Then you press no. If it is, then you press yes. Okay, then we'll go to the next step. All right. All right, so once you've done that, we are into our financial information. So this step is actually very important. So you have to choose the primary bank that you will be using to deposit and withdraw your cash that you are putting into TD Ameritrade. Okay, so let's say if you're using DBS, then make sure that the bank has the direct name of your account that you're using. So it has to be under your name. If not, the transactions will not go through. Okay, so yeah, just choose the following bank. If it is others, then you put others as well. Okay, and then your investment objectives, it would be from for your income. Then you can put high, medium, low, up to you. Speculation, probably don't put so high, because for OMI we are actually very low on speculation. And investment hedge, you can put low, medium, or high. It's up to you. And the income and net worth, you can just put a gauge of how much you have. What's your net worth, and then your total net worth, things like that. Okay, and then what best describe your initial source of funds? You can put savings, you can put your employment wages, things like that. And then what best describes the ongoing source of funds for this account? You can put employment wages or savings or retirement funds, up to you. Okay, then we'll go to the next step. All right, so the next step after this is the affiliations and disclosure. So this one is basically they have to ask you by the MAS law whether you are related to anyone that has financial interest and works in the financial industry. Okay, so if you're licensed by a broker, do you work over there? Then you can say no or yes. So please read it carefully. Are you a policymaker? Are you a shareholder of a publicly traded company? So you can choose yes or no. For us, we'll say no. And then, are you an insider or affiliate with any insiders? You can say yes, and for us, we say no. Have you ever been initiated or subjected to litigations against a broker dealer? If yes, please yes or no. And then, have you ever been investigated? No. Do you have any personal business or associates that is a politically exposed person? If you're not politically exposed, then just choose no. Then just click submit. Okay, so to this part, we will go into the customer account review. So for this, you just need to disclose what is your education and things like that. Okay, so have you transacted in the list of investment product at least 6 times in the preceding last 3 years? So if you click yes, then you can definitely go through. But if you click no, then you have to go through a SGX test that they will have to do to make sure that you know the risk that is being involved. Okay, so for this purpose, we'll press yes. If you press no, then you have to go through the test lah. But don't worry, the test you can keep doing for multiple times, even though if you do not pass the criteria. So we will also attach some knowledge as well lah, if you want to know more about that. And do you hold diploma or higher qualifications for the following? Then you can put none of the above. If you have, please press yes lah. Okay, and do you have a financial related qualifications? Do you have ACCA or you are CFA, things like that? For us, I will put no. And do you have a minimum of 3 years consecutive working in the last couple of years in the industry? Then for us, we will say no. But please go and read carefully lah. Okay. So we'll submit it. Okay, so we will go to the trading experience. So for the trading experience, of course, right now we are opening for the options trading account. So what you put here is very important lah, because if you press that you have 0 experience, then they might not approve your account lah. Okay, so for the purpose of this, all of us, we will press the mid-range lah. Okay, and then have you traded in the last 3 years? Then we just put a mid-range answer. And then you can put long for the strategies that you use. ETF trading, we always choose a mid-range, 5. And for options trading, right, for the purpose of OMI, we are going to be doing options. So we'll be putting a mid-range. Because if you don't put anything, you put 0, then definitely they will not approve your account. But if they ask you, you can also put that you did trading with your demo account, which is your paper money account as well. Okay, so yeah, we will just put a mid-range answer, and we will always put long, covered, and short. Okay, for futures, you can say that you are not going to do any futures. For investment knowledge, right? Like I said, please put something that you don't have to put professional trader lah, but put something so that they can also help you to approve your account. Okay, so last part is the notification preferences. So default, we put electronic. If you want by mail, it will cost 20 USD, which is not very worth it, but up to you. So press submit. Okay, so we have come to the transaction code. So because this is a transaction code that is going to be sent to your email. So let's take a look first. All right, so I've keyed the transaction code. So please remember this 4 to 6 numeric code, right? It can only be numbers. So it's very important because you want to do withdrawals next time, right? You need this 4 to 6 numeric code to withdraw. So please write it somewhere, same as your user ID and password. And for 2FA, if you want, you can put, but for now, we'll put no first. Okay, then I have read and acknowledge the risk and submit this. All right, so now we have come to the last part. So if you can see, right, they have all the details that they want you to make sure that all these are correct. So let's say if you have anything that you want to change, you can press edit. Then you can change it as well. So for now, we will just scroll to the bottom. And once you've checked, you just press I agree and submit. Okay, so as you can see, right, just now we just did the user profile submission. So whenever you see this black tick, right, which means it has already been done. But for this, right, because it's a blue, it's a green one, right, which means it's not done yet. So you can press read more. And just make sure you go and read through everything, blah blah, then just put agree, submit. And see, once we've done so, it has become a black tick. So same thing, just accept the form. And then just read that you use the market data solely for your personal and non-business, and just press yes. Do you receive market data for your business or any other entity? Press no. And are you currently registered or qualified with SEC? So there's the US government, but just press no. And are you currently registered or qualified with any securities agencies, blah, 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 any commodities, in the United States? Most likely is no, just press no. And whether you are located outside of the United States, do you perform any functions similar to the SEC, other securities? Just press no. And are you engaged to provide investment advice to any individual or entity? Just press no. Are you engaged as an asset manager? No, but if yes, just press yes. Do you have any capital, blah, blah, that will in the conduct of your training? No. Do you conduct trading for the benefit of corporation, partnership, or other entity? No. Have you entered any agreement to share your profits? No. Are you receiving office space, equipment, blah, blah, for someone? No. Just read everything over here. Then just press I'm a non-professional. It will already be press ready, so don't need to change. Then make sure you go and read through and agree. Okay, now we are at this step. Just press agree. And just press agree again. All right. Oh, now we are actually at step 4, which we've just done the client's form. We are going to be at step 4, which is your accounts form. Okay. So for accounts form, right, there is the risk disclosure that we have just done. And, we have to submit this W8 form, which is actually a tax form to show that you are not a US citizen and you are not being taxed in the US. Okay, so we have to click this. All right, so they will just ask you, is the account holder a citizen or resident of the United States? If yes, press yes. For us, it's no. And then for here, just need to do your individual submissions. Is the person listed above completing this form? Yes. Later I have to blank out all those details. Okay. Is the address provided in care of this one? PO box? No. Then the address. Are you a taxpayer in the US? Then you just press that this account holder does not have a US account number. Then just go through everything here. Then 3D benefits is the account holder claiming a reduced rate of withholding tax in another country? No. Okay, then just press continue. So you're required to blah blah. Just make sure that the information provided on this form has been remained unchanged throughout the current year to present. Just press yes. And then if they're just saying that if you do it wrongly, gonna be penalized. So just make sure you do it properly, and then you agree to this everything. So you have to check all these boxes one by one. And then just need to put in the signature, and then you press complete. Okay, we are almost there. Just take a pause of this video and do what you need to do for your W8 form. All right, so the form status will have been submitted. So there's nothing else you can do here. Then just press closed. Okay, so see, the W8 form has turned into black. And then other things, just press agree. Make sure you go and read it as well. Agree. Okay, so the last thing you need to do is to verify your email. So we're going to our email, and then we'll have a look. All right, so just now we would have received an email verification from help@tdameritrade.com.sg, blah, blah, blah. They would say, hey, this is your verification key over here. So what you need to do is to just, copy this whole thing over here, and then, paste it over here. Okay, and then the tick will appear, and then just press submit. Okay, so now we are down to the last thing. Just press complete. It's taking a while, but we are almost there. Okay, so it says you're almost finished. Your account is almost ready to go. Okay, so what you need to do, right? This is really one of the last steps already. You need to submit some documents to verify your identity. So a clear copy of the account holder's government issued identification, which is your IC, which is required. Just go and upload it. Address verification, you can use your utility bill or your phone bill, your bank statement that will reveal your current address and your full name. Just take a screenshot and upload it. And your employment verification, it can be your CPF, your EPF, your income tax statement, your last tax access form, then just upload it. And then, after successfully uploading this document, you will receive the confirmation of your account opening via email. That your account, you can be able to fund your account through one of the following methods. If you are living in Singapore, the DBS and POSB electronic transfer would be the easiest. And then they would let you know the funding method details. If you're overseas, you can do wire transfer, to all these details. You can find it in your account as well, or you can do a check deposit. This one takes a bit longer and it's a bit more troublesome, but you can do it as well. So funding method details, you can have a look. So now what we're waiting for is only the paperwork approval, and then you can go ahead and fund your account. Okay, so if let's say you want to look for how to fund the account, can go through DBS, you can go through everything. And if let's say there are some things that you really need help with, please call their hotline, or email into them. Please give them some time to approve your account. Usually they take a couple of weeks, but not to worry if let's say your OMI is actually happening very soon, right? Then you can go ahead to just open a paper money account first, and then after that, once your live account has been approved, you can use it to trade as well. So for the purpose of OMI, we can still use your paper money account for us to practice together. So not to worry too much. You can just come to OMI with your paper money account and we can start trading together. All right, I'll see you very soon at OMI, and all the best to your account opening. Bye-bye.